about it, man. You know, and these churches that are in America as well, and that are in Great Britain, they're going to be burnt to hell and back. Along with it. Continue.
The pride of thine heart have deceived thee. Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock.
Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks. Now, what nation of people that was dwelling in the caves? That's easy to just, I don't need to explain that. That's easy for anybody to explain that. So this is talking about you guys. Read that part again when we speak about the pride.
The pride of thine heart hath deceived.
So it says the pride of thy heart deceived thee. Read on.
Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock.
Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks, because you know you Caucasians used to dwell in the rocks. That's what the name Caucasian means. It means cave dwellers. So it's referring to you Edomites. This scripture right here. Your pride has deceived you. So now you're going to be brought down now. Now is that time. Continue.
Whose habitation is high.
Whose habitation is high because the cities are high. When you go to New York City, right? Or even when you go down to Oxford Street, you got these high buildings, these skyscrapers. Because it reminds you when you was in the Caucasus Mountains. See? Continue.
That saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground?
Who saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? So their mentality, these Edomites, their mentality is that nobody can't bring them down. They're going to rule forever and ever. Just like they did. Just like they had that same thought when they were ruling as the Romans. They thought that nobody could take them down. And they still think that way today. That's why when you read Psalms, there's a scripture in Psalms that says the inward thoughts, right? Is that the house should continue. See? But the house ain't going to continue. Now what's going to happen now is after this shit hits the fan, in the kingdom of heaven, and we're going to govern the kingdom. It's on the verge. That's what's coming up. The men that you see before you, we're going to be the governors of the kingdom of heaven. That's why we're setting the tone right now. You know, we're not going to do anything to you. We're just going to tell you what you need to know, and then it's going to happen days on coming. That's all it is. Continue.
Who shall bring me down to the ground? Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle.
Though that exalt thyself as the eagle. So what country exalts itself as the eagle? America. America exalts itself as the eagle. So that's how you also know that's talking about America. And going back to the Roman Empire, they used that same symbol. The Edomites used the same symbol. So that's how you know. Read that again.
Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle,
right?
And though thou set thy nest among the stars.
Though thou set thy nest among the stars, you got your space stations in the air. Right? Continue.
Thence when I bring thee down.
Thence when I bring thee down. Because these elites, what they're going to end up doing, these elites, right? I'm talking about the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the elites. How is it? Come.
Like I said, during the 70s, man, I think that was a time when so-called white men started going down according to the scriptures, according to Obadiah. It said that although you exalt yourself as the eagle, showing you that America is the reincarnation or rebirth of the Roman Empire.
That's right.
Because that's the symbolic animal of the ancient Romans. That's right. So you so-called white Edomites today.
That's right.
You're the Edomites back then who ruled the ancient Roman Empire.
That's right.
And you exalt yourselves the same way you exalted yourselves back then. You hold yourself as the eagle, because the eagle has a proud spirit.
That's right.
There's a puffed up chest and a horny head, man, lifted up to the sky. The proudness of the eagle is seen inside the so-called white man. Understand? And it said, you set your nest among the stars. You had your station in space, man. I think it was during the mid 1900s, in the 70s, 1970. Because prior to 1972, homosexuality was considered a mental disorder, man.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
So that shows you that during that time, that's when the so-called white men started going down. Because prior to that, man, that's when, like I said, homosexuality was a Methodist to them.
That's right.
After that time, man, that's when homosexual lesbianism, that was perfectly fine. Perfectly normal way to conduct yourself. Saith the Lord, if these came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had enough?
If they have not stolen till they have enough, they wouldn't give you a damn thing. Because
robbers, they would have stolen until they had enough, man.
Yeah.
When the so-called white man, the Edomites, you're greedy as all hell.
That's right.
Your desire never stops.
Right.
You understand? Your desire is as large as hell.
That's right. Yeah.
Thieves, you would have robbed the house, they would have stolen until they had enough. It's just to satisfy their belly.
Yeah.
But you so-called white people, you're greedy as all hell. You're going to steal and keep on stealing until there's nothing left.
That's right.
When you watch the movie Apocalypse, when you watch the history of the Mexicans, how they were the Mayans, the Aztecs, in the beginning of the movie, it shows you how they were in the rainforest, man, and how the tribal chief was telling the story to all the tribes individuals, man, all the members of the tribe, and he was basically saying that a man once kept on taking from the earth, and the earth kept on providing the man with everything, man. He kept on providing the man until he became strong. But the man just kept on taking. And the earth said, what? I don't have nothing left to give, man. That, to me, that basically shows the so-called white man. You don't keep on taking until the earth has nothing left, man.
That's right.
That's why the scriptures say, if the Most High hadn't shortened the days, there would be no flesh left to say. That's right.
That's right.
Talking to you so-called white man. You don't like to hear it. You don't like to be judged and condemned for your works. You're wicked ass people.
And you're still doing it now.
You're polluting the people, you're polluting the atmosphere.
That's right.
The water we drink, the food we eat. You understand? You dropping bombs on people left, right, and center. You would have thought that killing the native Indians and the so-called Negro would have been enough. You damn devils, you crackers. You slaughtered over down there 200 million people.
That's right.
And you still killing people right up until this very day. The scripture said if a thief went into a house and stole it, would he not have stolen until he had enough? Damn right it wouldn't. Just to fill his belly. But you so-called white people, you're the complete opposite. That's right. So-called white people, you Edomites. That's who you are. The descendants of Esau, according to the Bible.
Right.
And you're going into slavery.
For money!
You're going into slavery.
I'm the capitan.
All you so-called white people, man.
I'm
You
the
reap what
capitan.
you sow. The Most High is not mocked. Whatsoever a man sowing, that's how he also reap. You understand? You take pleasure in leading people into captivity, slaughtering them, lynching them, taking their wives, raping them, polluting the food they eat, deliberately spreading chemtrails in the air to destroy their immune system so they keep on being dependent on these hospitals, deliberately making people sick. The Most High's going to recompense your works. Though you exalt yourself as the eagle and you dwell and your habitation is high, the Most High going to bring you down. Just to show how powerful he is. So the whole world can praise his name once again. Back in the days of old, man. If these came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off?
Right.
Would they not have stolen till they had enough?
So would they have not stolen till they had enough? Because that's the mentality of these so-called Europeans. They were still until pretty much they're full, man. Or they're overly full, so to speak. You see? That's why they're trying to. That's why they passed this chip, this RFID chip, to enslave the masses of the people, to bring further more enslavement to the people. See? And then at the same time, right? If you don't pay your taxes or you don't pay your rent, they will cut that chip away from you, and you can't eat the damn thing. You won't be able to buy no eat. See? Because the scriptures it says that the so-called Europeans eat to all nations. That's how he's swimming his belly. So, read that again.
Would they not have stolen
Right?
until they had enough?
Would they have